Hey guys, welcome back to the Think About It podcast. I'm Nisi. I am so excited to have a safe space to speak our truth or to find it. So come on in for however long I have you here or however long I have your ear. And let's think about it.
Every time that I think of you, baby girl, I'm all love on you. I'ma kiss your forehead, that's true. I be saying prayers for you. Anything when I buy for two. Baby girl, I lie to you never. Cause this thing now forever, forever. And I'm mad, baby. If them they ask me what they do me, I say nah.
Okay, y'all, stop. Cut it out. Like, gosh, listen. Please. Please. I can hear it now. Just, please. Okay? Look. This is a horrible way to start a podcast. Okay? Let's start there. Listen. Lighten up on me, okay? Give me a break. Okay? Honey, people like, I know you're like, baby girl, sister girl, we is over you. Wrap it up. Throw it out. We're done. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Look, y'all, give me some grace, please. Please, give me some grace here. Okay? Okay, listen, let's just go ahead and get into it, all right? Hey, you guys, welcome back to another episode of the Think About It podcast with your girl, Nisi. Yes, honey, she has a mighty patch on because look, something is going on with my skin and I don't like it. So look, if I have to be cute, what a mighty patch, let me do what I do, boo. Okay? All right, y'all. Listen, welcome back, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Think About It podcast. Like I said, y'all, with your girl. Listen. Okay? I know what I said that last episode. I know. And I know it's been a while. You know, a week, 2 weeks, 3-4 weeks. You know, who's counting? Who's counting? Tomato. Potato. All right, we're back though. Listen, I'm not even gonna really. Listen, what we're gonna talk about today, we're gonna get into it. Okay. So, lighten up. All right, you guys. Yes, I'm back. All right, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute, honey. It's been a hot minute. Speaking about hot. The sun is out. Summer is here. This is not the sun. I do not consider this the sun. This is definitely the father, darling. This is not the sun. This is the father. It is hot. Okay? Hot. It's ridiculous. Okay? Baby, listen, when I tell you, girl, I don't even want to go on outside, I get annoyed. Now, yes, I'm grateful and thankful for another day in the name, honey. All right? Absolutely. I cannot not speak about, but seriously though, how hot it is, y'all. It is hot. It is ridiculous as hot. I'm thinking about moving to Alaska in the summertime because this is not it. I cannot, okay? Anybody that knows, if you don't know, honey, I always wear braids during the summertime. Reason being is because for me, I don't care what type of lace that I use. And y'all know the industry that I'm in, you know, just working anywhere, honey, anywhere in a restaurant is absurd to be talking about, you know, wearing some lace wigs, trying to run up and down. We're not doing that, okay? I'm not the girl that like it to be lift. Don't lift me up. My thing, it's supposed to stay down. So once that thing get to lift it, it's time to take it off. But even the braids, y'all, this summer, it's not banking, baby. It's not giving the girls what it's supposed to be giving. The heat, I can put my hair up in a ponytail and I'm still hot. I can come out with some spaghetti scraps on, some little shorts, and I am still hot. I can have my ear on I'm talking you like the highest, the coolest, and I am still hot. I can drink 2-3 bottles of cold water and I am still hot. It is just hot. It is ridiculous. Okay, this is definitely father, y'all. So y'all listen, honey. Y'all stay warm as possible. Ain't no reason to just coming outside for no reason. Okay, we not doing that. Okay, especially the girls and the boys who is in their 30s and what after their 30s. If it ain't really nothing going on, if you don't have a destination, we're not coming. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm not about to get cute. I'm not even in the mood for a beach party. Okay, unless it has like trees, like a good amount of trees, so I can have a good amount of shade. I can bring my my little fan. You know what I mean? 15 bottles of water for myself and myself alone, and I can stay cool. And I'll probably be out there for an hour. So anything after that, you could wrap it up. It's not giving. It's not giving. Okay, I'll see y'all outside at nighttime. In some AC. Absolutely. Okay. Y'all stay warm, honey, because y'all, listen, I promise y'all, if hell this hot for real, and matter of fact, hotter than this, y'all, it's time to get our life right. For real, for real. Like, no, for real, for real. Like, seriously. Like, seriously. Okay. Next on, y'all, first off, happy belated Father's Day to all the daddies, okay? Happy belated Father's Day. I'm actually recording a day early than I usually record, y'all. Y'all, I'm getting my life together. I'm not even we're going to get into it, like I said, so I'm not going to waste y'all time talking about it here into the ketchup, mayo, and mustard, okay? We just going to catch up, okay? Yes, happy Father's Day, y'all, to all the daddies out there, all right? I hope your Father's Day was amazing because they love to sit there and say, oh, they don't treat us right, Mamas be wanting this and wanting that, but the daddies don't. So for y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all got what y'all got. A little more than what y'all usually get, if you know what I mean. All right. And my condolences, y'all, to the kids that lost fathers, right? To those that lost, a dad. You know what I mean? My heart is with you guys. And for those of you all that, had absent fathers, like a lot of us, my heart is also with you guys as well too. Even real quick sidebar, learning to overcome and forgive, especially when it comes down to, not having a parent in your life, an absent parent in your life, is difficult. But y'all, we can do it. We can do it. All right. More than likely, that's going to be on the episodes to come, but we gonna get into that. I know y'all like, girl, keep up with it first. We all this episode's supposed to come. We ain't gonna get it until 2027. Don't come for me. And it was a lot of y'all, not a lot of y'all, but a few of you girls that messaged and was like, hey girl, like, you still doing a podcast? I really appreciate that. Shout out to y'all. Truly appreciate it. I needed that pick me up for real, to get me back right. Okay, and today I am recording on Juneteenth. Today is Juneteenth. The exact day, Juneteenth. By the time you see this, it'll probably be on Friday, which would be the 21st. But happy Juneteenth to all my black people, all my American black people, African Americans. Yeah, man. But for us that are not African Americans, we also celebrate with you guys as well. For those that that reside in the U.S., me in particular. I definitely celebrate with you guys too. I saw a post that said every day I'm black, but on Juneteenth I'm blackity black. I know, honey, be blackity black. Okay, I was about to pull out the fro, but like I said, y'all, it's too hot. It's too hot for all that. I can't. Okay. So yes, you guys enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Like I said, this would be coming out on the 21st. So I hope your Juneteenth was blacker than black, baby. Okay. All right, you guys, let's go ahead, honey. Just get into the real quick before we get into the intro or the subject or topic, right? I said, I had said this before, and I know I say a lot of stuff. Calm down, relax. But seriously, I said, I wanted to keep my episodes under an hour, right? The reason why I wanted to keep it on, honestly, more than anything under an hour is because, y'all, as you guys know, honey, I do the production, I do the editing, I am the engineer, I am the host, I am the entertainer, of course. You're the host, the entertainer, they're doing the same thing. But anyway, I do it all, right? So I wanted to make sure, when it comes down to editing, and typically on my content days. I'm back on my go mode right now. Okay, not just right now. The goal is to keep it consistent and disciplined no matter what. That's the goal. That's the goal. But besides me having to edit pod on visuals and also on audio, I also do content on Instagram and TikTok. Everything has been delayed. Like I said, y'all, your girl has been falling off very, very bad. But again, we're going to get into that conversation. So I wanted to keep it under an hour because, like I said, I do everything, right? And editing, and if for those of you that are not in the content field or just, creating, I guess, I don't know, creator field, editing would take your entire life. Okay. And the more fun you have, the more cackles, the more kiki you have, the more, joy you have, the more you have to edit, right? And I was really trying my hardest, y'all, to limit the time that, that it would take me to edit. Well, that means that now I'm at a place where I'm not necessarily going to look at time and just look at, the message itself, right? So let's just hope and pray, y'all. Again, just for my sake as well. The good part about podcasts is you can pause it, you can come back at it, you know what I mean? You can, play it in bed, playing when you're getting ready for work, playing it when you're on your way to your car. So you don't really have a time period, right? So that's one of the good parts about it. This is not a radio station. We don't have to, hurry up before the song comes out. So for my sake, y'all, we're going to try our best to keep it within that time period. If it goes over, it just goes over. Come back and play it again. Okay, or pick up where you left off. All right. So yeah, let's just go ahead, y'all, and just jump into, I guess, the subject for today. Leading up to today, when I tell y'all, like I said, y'all know if you've been here for a while, or if you've been listening, you just kind of peep in and out. I've been going after doing a whole episode about allow me to reintroduce myself. Now I got to introduce myself again, but not really introduce myself, but kind of get into the 411. Who says 411 anymore? That's crazy. Y'all, my daughter, real quick, she just got on me. Y'all know how we be doing, like how y'all be doing, like, well, we do that thing on TikTok. In the club, and she like, Mom, nobody do it anymore. That's like so last month. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me that, that's so crazy that my 15-year-old is telling, first of all, I have a 15-year-old. Crazy, ain't it? I've been going that long. Yeah, so her birthday was last month on the 24th. Happy belated birthday to my daughter. She's such a sweet kid. She gets on my nerves sometimes, but hey, it's life. But yeah, I do have a 15-year-old now. So just listening to certain things that she says, and I'm like, girl, like, who are you talking to? Do you know? Like, I'm hip. Who says hip? Let's end this conversation. Like, stop playing. So, leading up to the podcast today, this entire few weeks, I feel like it's been like the last like 2 weeks, where I've been like honestly questioning. Y'all, honestly, I might take this off because every time I look in the camera and I turn this way with this light on this side, it's low-key bothering me. Is it bothering y'all? Let me know. I'm sorry. I want to take it off, but girl, I need this to be gone. Okay? I don't wear makeup outside of like work or recording. So I'm a plain face girly with my lashes all day, and I do not want my face to be giving roll bumps. Like I said, y'all, for the last 2 weeks, I feel like I've personally been getting back, like, not really, well, locked in, but like I've been having this feeling of not producing the way I should, right? And it's really been getting to me, like when I tell you so bad. But I'm a person, y'all, I think I spoke about this, but I'm a processor. So everything I do, and it's not, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's actually bad. So I process, when I get to feeling when something is like on my heart or on my mind a lot, it's this process that I have to go through of like, why am I feeling this way? The pros and the cons of it. What should I be doing? So on and so forth. And leading up to today's podcast, I have been getting confirmations almost every single day in everything on the radio. People messaging me or talking to me, or just again conversations that I have, or something on my phone, or my devotion. I read my devotions every morning, follow up with my Bible. And it's just like, in with the devotions, it's like, of course, it's like every single day it's like a new message, right? And leading up in between these 2 weeks, it has been, the words has just been slap me in my face. Just pat, pat, pat all across my face with, with my confirmation. So today's subject today, you guys, would be my biggest setback. So that's why I said, we're going to definitely get into the whole, just the whole jive, the whole tea, the whole ones and twos of what's been going on and why I have not personally been posting and on socials as much as I should be. So like I said, I've been getting confirmations for a while now, right? And as y'all know, if I'm looking down, I'm always, now your girl take notes because she's always everywhere. So we're going to try to keep it on track. Okay. So just yesterday, I was leaving out of my car on my way to work. Literally, I was walking out. I'll usually kind of like fix my clothes when I get out the car. Like, I like to be comfortable driving. Like, that's me. You know what I mean? My pants is going to be like unbuttoned. I'm going to deal with it when I get there type of thing. Put my shoes on when I get there, And as my door was open, of course, I was, you don't know, but I was listening to Sirius XM. My channel, my Sirius XM is always on 64. If you don't know, honey, that is the gospel channel, the Kirk Franklin. And the guy, I forgot his name, but he came on like after one of the songs, and he quoted a Bible verse. I had to go back and, of course, pull up the verse itself, because he didn't mention the verse, but he just kind of said the verse basically. So again, I had to go back and just follow up on what verse, what scripture it was as well. So he quoted 2 Corinthians 5:17, and it said, "For therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new." Right? And that's something I've been, again, dealing with, processing, this new, I guess, place I've been in, my walk with God, this version of myself that is unfamiliar, but I like it. I get, like, it's a feeling, it's a comfortability. It's like, this is like kind of like where I'm supposed to be, like, this is it, but then there's this still like old version of myself, this still person that, that I've been these, for since I know myself, right? Different trauma bonds, trauma situations, different trials and tribulations, and my testimony itself, right, that made this person here that I'm used to. And then, like, now I'm at this place where I'm transforming, and I find myself questioning. Like I said, I'm a processor, I'm an overthinker, I'm an analyzer. So it's like I've been in this place where I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but then it's like I'm comfortable doing, or I make myself comfortable, or I just kind of fall back into what I'm used to, right? And then when I fall back into what I'm used to, it's this feeling of not doing what I'm supposed to do. It's this feeling of sometimes feeling, I guess you can say, like a slight bit of depression state, a slight bit of what am I doing with my life, a slight bit of a lot of inconsistencies. So like I mentioned, the subject today is my biggest setback. Like I said, you guys, I've been going, as you know, for a while now. And the reason why I personally feel like I've been going for a while is because of me questioning, I guess you can say, what God has already placed on me or over my life, right? Now I can see it as clear as day today. In those few weeks, it was hard for me to understand. It was hard for me to accept I guess you can say, where I'm at. Because a lot of times I came to realize that I got used to a version, of course, again, a version of me that people know, right? And then that's when I realized it became a thing of what people see and how I'm showing up today. That would be different from what people, I find myself questioning, I guess you can say, or being in a place where I feel like I find myself thinking about what people think or what people see, or, you know, me fitting into this group of people that I feel like I'm not, I just know that I'm not there anymore. Does that make sense? Like, I know I'm not there, but it's like, I find myself, you know, at times, accepting that I'm not there, I guess you can say, right? So then what I do is put myself in those rooms, and then when I get in those rooms, then I feel like, what am I doing? It doesn't make sense. Even like I said, even when it comes down to the topic and the conversations that I have or I had, where I'm like, okay, you know, I'm goofy, and I'm honey, that's not going to change. But it's just certain conversations, certain, you know, things that I speak about or I would speak about that I just, after I'm done with the podcast, I'm like, that was dumb, that was pointless. I'm not posting that. Let's just go ahead and delete it, because I don't feel like it is a purpose of where I'm supposed to be, right? Sarah Jakes, if you guys didn't see it, Angie Martinez recorded Sarah, or not recorded, but she had an interview recorded, but of course had an interview with Sarah Jakes, and they both had a conversation, or, you know, Angie was speaking about how she's like, you know, she's a marinator, and, you know, also Sarah Jakes spoke about her being a person that marinates a lot, right? I'm a person that I marinate, like I said, you know, analyzing, overthinking, you get what I'm saying, all that stuff. I'm a marinator. Like, I would marinate every single thing that I do. You get what I'm saying? Especially when it comes down to everything, honestly. I marinate about going to the gym. I marinate about, you know, the podcast, you know, work, your families. Or I just marinate, right? And there's nothing wrong with marinating. I think what happens is like she mentioned, she said, you know, like, when you she made an illustration about when you know, you're not supposed to marinate meat too long, because if you marinate it for too long, it can go bad, right? And same thing, like when it comes down to when you're thinking and you're marinating about certain things that you're supposed to do, especially when it comes down to your calling or your gift or what it is that, you know, God wants for you to do. When you get to the point of like marinating, and, you know, you're thinking about it for too long, it can go bad, because what happens is you get like these self-doubts, you get like all these you know, these what is people going to think, you get what I'm saying, what is my family going to think, you know, how would I do it, all this stuff. And she said, when you get to a point of, you know, to that place, that's how you know that you've been marinating for too long. That's how you know that you're outside of what God called you to do, what he wants you to do, right? And now you're using your own convictions, you're using your own past, whatever it may be, right? And then it stops you from your purpose. It stops you from your calling. It stops you from what it is that God wants you to do. And that's where I've been. And I've been in a place that I've for whatever the reason is, I marinate for too long when I know that this person, all the what ifs and all this stuff, I'm past it in my life. Doesn't make sense? Like, I know that it serves me no purpose of, you know, entertaining certain conversations, entertaining certain people, and showing up in a version of myself for these people. It would definitely help and benefit if I show every single day consistently, you know, in these rooms, even if I'm in these rooms, how I'm showing up today, right? So that's something that I personally realized, you know, now I'm at a place and I'm trying to learn to, now I'm practicing realizing when I'm marinating for too long. So if something's on my mind and I think about it, like the podcast, you know, like, you know, okay, you're posting on this day. What is the conversation? Write down the notes, so on and so forth. What would happen sometimes too is when I write notes or I write, you know, a topic or a subject, you know, for the pod, I marinate and I'm like, okay, yeah, well that's old, you know what I mean? Or I don't want to talk about that no more. And that's when I allow my personal conflictions, I guess you can say, to overtake what it is that the message is supposed to be, right? It's new to me. It's old to me, but it's new for the next person. You get what I'm saying? So that's something that I also realize as well. Yeah, so I'm learning how to not marinate on the noise in the market, right? Once I've marinated the pros and the cons, the why am I at, most importantly, why am I doing this, right? And if it's enough for me, that's it. I'm not thinking about, what somebody else is going to think, or, how somebody else is going to feel, or how people used to know me, and I'm not showing up in that way anymore. That's where I'm past. And it's crazy because once I started actually, writing down and taking notes about this topic today, I remembered when I had my online shoe store, of anybody who had a business before or has a business, if you're on like e-commerce, it's something that, you're whoever your e-commerce is with, basically. So mine was with Shopify. So when I was selling my shoes, and when I would like send my ads out or whatever, pay for my marketing, I guess you can say, it's something that your e-commerce will show you, which is your analytics. Same thing as like if you're into the creation work, if you do TikTok, Instagram, whatever it may be, Facebook, whatever it may be, you get like these analytics, right? And you see, the age of people who's attracted to your content or attracted to your store or the things that you sell. And it would show like, people who just come and they would just like watch, or they would show, but they wouldn't interact with it, right? And the people who would actually buy. And I remember even like when I did YouTube at first, about, when I started like doing vlogging or just kind of like showing stuff with the business behind, like, the shoe plug and, getting it off the ground, so on and so forth. On TikTok, the same way. When I would always see the people from my city, right? From the city that I grew up in, and the city that I was born, and and I was born in, basically partial both. So in the Bahamas, and Bradenton, the city that that I grew up in as well too. So I would see like a lot of people or viewers would come from, to look, would be from my country that I was born in, and then my city that I was raised in. But when it came down to the people that bought, right, when it comes down to my shoe store, it would be people from Texas, people from Atlanta, Georgia, people from New York, people from Chicago, like people from places that I don't even know people in. Does that make sense? These are the people who are actually buying my stuff, but the people who are actually watching my stuff, right, is the people that, that probably knew me or knew of me in these areas, but they're not necessarily buying. So I said that to say, I came to realize, a lot of times you would get the people that would look, right, because they know a version of you, right, but the people who the message is for, the people who is supposed to buy into yourself, the people who you're supposed to get connected to, it's not necessarily, and a lot of times the people that you're doing it for, and who God wants you to do it for as well too. So that's something that really resonated with me, and allowed me to, like, what, let's get back into it. I had to put, also too, what it helped me to do is think about the podcast, to think about a podcast as not just something that, and again, I wanted to be a place where I want to vent and just talk and just like, conversate, right? Because this is like my personal spot. Y'all know your girl like to talk. So it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm just going to come here and debrief and just like take a chill pill. But I'm also thinking about it as a business as well too, right? So it helps me to be able to show up in a way that would be more conducive, I guess you can say, for the people who I'm here for, the people I'm supposed to attract as well too. Does that make sense? So that's something that I also, that really, really helped me to be like, okay, girl, get back on your game. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, what we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, this here is, this, like, what you doing right now is not it. Okay, let's get back to what you say, and what I know for a fact is God purpose over my life as well too, right? So that's something that also helped me as well. I also came to realize too, and what allowed me to really want to honestly have this conversation is because, I feel like there's a lot of people out there where we are in a different place in our life. We want different things from, people that we maybe grew up in, our family, so on and so forth. And it's hard for us to like, navigate it. Like we started, you know what I'm saying, but then we stop it. We speak about it, but then we don't do the actions behind it. You get what I'm saying? And then when we get to that point, we can never, really and truly taste the grace of God. We can never really truly taste what it is, what it would look like for you to really and truly be successful in whatever area that is in your life, right? So yeah, that's something I also had to really realize as well too. And I also think it's like one of those things too, when you're at a place where you realize that, when it comes down to, again, going back to, the whole having a business, when you want to be successful, when you know that your dreams and your goals, it takes a different version of you, right, to get to that place. It takes you being consistent. It takes late nights. It takes, learning and taking. It takes, learning every aspect of whatever it is it may be. If you're, you want an online shoe store, or, not an online shoe store, but, you want to be in the e-commerce field or just the selling field, you have to learn, the market. You have to learn your target audience. You have to learn what it is that that your guests, that what it is, whatever it is that you're trying to sell, you have to learn that. You have to learn, especially if you're doing it online, you have to learn the shipping process, the carriers, all this stuff, right? Your inventory, sales, the business side of it as well. It takes a different version of you that maybe, if you were just working a 9 to 5, or if you were a person that just like to hang out with your friends, that took you're going to have to transform into a different person, a different, in a different mindset as well too, right? And then also too, when it comes down to you and, your faith with God, when you realize that, you're walking in a different light, a different feel from what you usually would walk on, right? Or what you're used to, what your comfortability is. It takes a different version of you as well too, right? And a lot of times, depending on where you're at, it's hard to accept that, because it's like, well, I'm used to this. I'm used to, just doing this and doing that. You know what I mean? But when you realize, and I've learned that to now in the place where I'm at today is, I am changing before your eyes, honey. Okay, that's just what it is. And a lot of times too, I feel like when it comes down to Christianity and your walk with God, I always thought that you're supposed to like, be holy and sanctify and just upright. You know what I mean? To be able to give your testimony, right? But I've learned that that's not necessarily the truth all the time, right? A lot of times it takes you being in a space where somebody can see, the change, right? Intentionally, every single day, every single week, week by week, month by month, however it is, and realize, okay, well, this girl is literally, she used to do this and she's not even doing that no more, right? And it gives a person like, in time, in the moment to realize, the in the moment experience, I guess you could say, to realize, okay, well, if this person is doing this, I can do this too, right? A lot of times you just feeling like, you just so proper and everything is all right, I'm doing everything the right way. Somebody might feel like, okay, well, I can't relate to that, right? Because that's not what I'm doing, right? I definitely, y'all know, I still do certain things. Y'all know the girl still cuss. I'm trying to minimize that. We're working on that. We're working on that very, very much so. But that is something that I'm willing to show you, right? That is something that I'm willingly and will tell you. As y'all know, your girl has been, if you don't know now, it's been 2 months. Today mark literally 2 months and a week since I have not smoked weed in... what was it? How many years was it? I don't even remember. Hold on, wait. I got to count it. Ooh, I keep saying 17. It's more like 19 years, y'all. Jesus. How old am I again? I'm 32, but she started smoking young, right? Yeah, so you see how I said that low? Girl, you been smoking since you was what? But yeah. So like I said, it's been 19 years. for me. And it's been 2 months and a week since I have not had any type or form of THC. All right, and I'm very, very proud of myself. Clap it up again for me. But again, it's one of those things where I had to learn and realize that, you know, and the people that I would meet, the conversations I would have is people who, you know, still live, you know, in the world, right? I'm still in the world. I'm learning to, you know, be in it and of it, right? I mean, yeah, to be in it and not of it. I was like, okay. But you know, I feel like it's easier when people have conversations with me, and like now it's easier. And anybody, if you don't know, if you never know, honey, I'll talk about God anywhere, anytime, any place, right? I find myself having conversations with people who have the same experience that I have, or that I had, or that I've overcame as well too, right? So when I can sit there and I can relate and be like, girl, I know what it is because I did this, and I remember when I used to da-da-da, or, you know, right now I'm trying to do this, and, you know, this is hard for me to do that, and they're like, yeah, exactly, right? And I think it's something that they can relate to as well, right? And it gives them a reaching goal. It gives them something that they can sit there and say, you know what, well, look, girl, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? Like she just got done doing that. You know what I'm saying? And to show up every single day as it. And sometimes you are gonna fall. Sometimes you are gonna, you know, you're not gonna do it right all the time. You're not gonna, you know, you're gonna feel those areas where you were convicted from and you went right back into it. But I think the beauty of God is like once he pull you out of it, and especially when you're intentional on it, you can quickly be like, oh, okay, snap back, because we're not doing this. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest about it as well too, we have to realize this, you know, God gives us new mercy every single day as well. And not saying something you could do it over and over again. You just keep asking God, you know what I mean? But to be able to admit to him, right, and let him know, look, I know you just pulled me out of this, and I know I shouldn't have been doing this, right? But please, God, forgive me. And you ask for his forgiveness, and I promise you, the word says that he will forgive you every single time, all right? I think for me that also helped me to like, that also resonated with me too, is like when I get in my head, when I get into, you know, again, marinating for too long, that's when I get confused about certain things, right? And the Bible speaks about God not being the author of confusion. So it's certain things that, you know, allows me to in the moment be like, okay, get out of it, all right? So like I said, now this thing that I do is I'm like, okay, girl, how long? Now you marinating, like you've been marinating for too long. Like now, once I started thinking about what if, or who's gonna think, or but I don't know, that's when I've been marinating for too long. If you sit there and you go after it, God is going to give you everything equipped for it, okay? And then another thing, like I said, I realized is when I started to question, when I started to, you know, feel confused about something that I felt like, oh yeah, this is it, right? And I started to feel confused. That ain't him. That's not him. Right? So when I started to think about that, it's something I also do. I've been doing it for a while, but I stopped it, especially when I had my business going on as well too. And really sidebar real quick, I realized in my life when I'm aiming for something is when I'm my best self. That's the honest God truth. When I am focused on something, when I am getting up every single day and I'm producing and not consuming, I am my best self. And I think like now, like I said, the best part about falling short and, you know, and getting back up is once you get back up, you want it so bad, you're going to be intentional about it. So like I said, for me now, thinking about the whole podcast, thinking about, you know, content itself, or just doing what I feel like my purpose is to make it a business. So that's what I'm at right, you know, at with the whole thing is your girl is going to make this a business. So something like I said, that I do now when I realize that I'm too much in my head, or, you know, I'm thinking about things now that's confusing me, is I don't remember who said it. I heard this like years ago, but it's called GIGO, G-I-G-O. So garbage in, garbage out. So anytime I start to overthink, anytime I start to marinate for too long, anytime I start to feel things that is confusing to me, I would actively say garbage. I would speak out garbage in, garbage out. And it's like a demand that your mind kind of do, where it's like, okay, garbage in, garbage out, like get it out, you know. And once I do that, for the most part, y'all, it's gone. Not saying that nothing else doesn't pop up, because it do, but I use that same method, that same routine. And like anybody, if you don't know, to make something to happen, you have to do it over and over again. Some people say 15. I don't really believe in 15. I'll say 30 to 60 days. Quite frankly, 60 to 90 days, intentionally and consistently. It doesn't mean that you're not going to fall off after those 60 and 90 days, but it becomes more of a creature of habit, or something more familiar to you, for you to get back on track with it. You get what I'm saying? To actually, even though I like taking notes, to actually, because I'm not going to read verbatimly what the book said, what I wrote down, but I'm going to just read this out really, really quick here. I said, to the people who's having a hard time understanding, but the conviction has not departed, but feels heavy, I'm here to say, sis, we are in this together. We will see it through. That walk is an uphill battle, but I trust that it will become more and more evident and easier. But I'm not giving up on you. So please, y'all, please, seriously, don't give up on me. All right, honey, I'm in this. I'm in it. Okay, I'm in it. Like I said, now I'm also at a place where I can feel, I feel motivated, and that's not, I've learned a while ago that, motivation is a placebo, because it's one of those things, honey. Once it's like when certain things go in your life, or like you get it, but it don't last. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things. It's fake. Okay, I truly feel like it's truly fake. And discipline and obedience eats up motivation for brunch. Okay, quick and easy. It eats it up for brunch, girl. All right. So now I'm also in a place too where I track in areas in my life where I feel motivated, right? Like, oh, I'm ready to go, da da da. And those are if anything, now those are the things that I kind of pinpoint, right? So in my head, I'm like, okay, yeah, well, you feel like doing this now because you're motivated, but what about when you're not motivated? What then? What happens now, Pooh? So yeah, that's something also too that I'm just really honestly trying my best to stay on track to as well. Anybody know? If you don't know, I'm a planner. I love to plan. I have like books and boards everywhere, in my house. And sometimes, depending on how I feel, that's not even enough for me to stay consistent, right? So the goal is to stay disciplined, no matter what, to do it no matter what. I know, even when it came down to like my TikTok stopped growing, if I'm being honest, y'all, because I've not been disciplined as I once was, right? When I first started my TikTok, it wasn't even about like the numbers. It wasn't about like, going viral. It was never about that. It was just about something that I like to do, and I did it. And at some point, it just, people just connected to it. You get what I'm saying? And then once I realized, when I got the numbers, and I just was like, oh, okay, it is what it is, right? And I stopped liking what I like to do. I found every reason on, okay, well, I gotta go do this, so I gotta do that, da da da, so on and so forth. And I don't want to take away the fun part of it. I don't want to take away, the part on the podcast where I just like to vent and I like to talk, and I just like to, y'all know I'm a deep girl. I'm a Cancer. Okay. I'm very deep. I like to talk about deep stuff. That's another reason why, even on the podcast, like I said, I did not want to I spoke about getting into pop culture, but it's not that deep for me. And after the day, I'm not going to care about it. So that's the reason why I personally have not done it. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to talk about it here and there, but if it's something that has an impact, or something that I'm able to, give a message from, right? Or for us to learn from, that's one thing. But if it's nothing that we can learn from, honey, child, go in the shade room for it, because it's not going to happen here, okay? And then also I wrote here as well too, when it comes down to, me making the podcast a business, and, turn it into now to a business place and space. I'm not really going to get too deep into details. And the reason why is, like I wrote here, is I said, I do believe when you have a personal goal, it shouldn't be shared, because I've learned a lot of times when we feel the need to tell someone what we're planning to do, this is an ego thing. In a way that I personally look for self-validation. So I will not be sharing when my what my plans is. Neither should you, okay? But just know I have one. Also, when it is personal to the heart, it's personal to God. So keep it between you and him, okay? And then once you see it through, give it to others. That's the goal. That's where we get our testimony from. That's where we, give to. That's how we also not please God, but we glorify God as well too, right? By giving your testimony, that is our job. You get what I'm saying? To uplift, to connect. First off, to connect others to Him. But yeah, so that's also super important as well too. And if I'm being honest, sometimes too, what happens too is like I said, when you're so goal oriented and you want to, like I said, when you want to produce and you want to be in your biggest cheerleader, a lot of times we can be our biggest opposition as well too, right? And I find that in myself where I'm my biggest cheerleader. Okay, in my head, darling, I'm not even gonna get into it, but girl, I'm my biggest cheerleader. Okay, and I love that about myself because it allows me to. It's like it's me against me. You know what I'm saying? It's me against me. But a lot of times what happens is we can be our biggest opposition because, right? Because again, especially when you're a person who marinates for so long as well too, you can get in your own way as well. So the goal, you guys, is to truly and honestly just kill the noise, okay? Kill the noise. Garbage in, honey, and garbage out. Giggle that thing, okay? And again, y'all know your girl says she took notes. And I personally feel like these notes are just like, these notes were really, really good notes. I don't want to, again, look up, look down, look up, look down. So I'm just going to read exactly what it says here. But I said, when people say, what's your why, right? A lot of times we listen to motivational podcasts or videos or whatever. A lot of times they say your why is your biggest thing. What's your why, right? And we hear that a lot, right? And I've learned on the spot a lot of times, it's like the obvious we go to, so we'll say like our kids or, to not have the road that we have, right? Or our family members or to be financially stable, etc. It makes you aware, but it doesn't make you disciplined, right? Now I know my why, and it actually took me time. It took me staying in the presence of God. It took me at times failing in that area and removing Him out of the driver's seat and placing myself there when certain things wasn't happening the way I expect or when I expected, to realize my why, right? A lot of times, we try to control the narrative. A lot of times I try to control the narrative. Like I said, if I feel like God isn't working, fast enough, or, if He's not moving at a pace that I expected Him to, I put myself in that seat, right? And then realizing that, first off, that was the dumbest thing I could do. But what I've learned is now out of all of that, now, through the ups and downs, I can truly say that my why now is different. What it feels like when I'm obedient, not necessarily the word of obedience, because that takes time and it isn't always right away, right? But the feeling of feeling fulfilled. I think that's my why. My why is to truly feel fulfilled in whatever it is that I do, right? And the thing is like I said, it's easier and it becomes natural for you to say, well, I want to do it for my kid. I want to do it, which is good. Sometimes that is the drive that you need, right? But it doesn't allow you to be disciplined on it. It doesn't allow you to, stay in that area, to stay in that pain no matter what. Me feeling fulfilled though, right? Me feeling like, I'm doing what God called me to do personally. That is where I get like, okay, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, and of course, once I do that, and I, by the grace of God, dealing with my family, making sure that my kid doesn't go on that path, because I'm consistently doing, and showing up in that way, it'll fall in line, right? All right. And then I said the act of knowing in the moments when I am glorifying God, not for a reward, but the alignment, and then the spiritual growth as well, right? And then to know that God will make room for your gift, right? Proverbs 18:6 says, "A man's gift make it room for him." Right? When you feel like not just feel, but when you know that, again, this is purpose, this is what God called you to be, He will make the room for you, sis. He will, brother. Okay. So I close this by saying, let's get out of our heads, y'all. Okay, come on, do it with me. Stop marinating. Okay, the food is gonna go bad, girl. Okay, let's get that's some good food, especially when you making something real good too. Like oh, this gonna be so good, and you just allow that thing to just sit, and now that thing ain't even good no more. That's crazy. That's what we do. That's what I do. Right? That's exactly what I do. Like I just said earlier, when I would sit down, I would write notes and about the podcast, and because I sat in it so long, I'm like, oh, I'll throw it away. But that was so good though. I mean, it was juicy. It was good. I could taste it in my palate. It was good, girl. It was good, okay? And yes, a version of you will have to die for the new you to live. Something I also, I'm at a place of accepting as well, too. That version of myself, that, those things that I know for a fun fact that just, that it helped me, and it was entertaining, and it was, that pillow, I guess you can say, that I needed in, the past things that I'm doing. It's not going to help me today, girl. It's just actually holding me back. It's weights, and it's heavy weights. Okay, heavy. It's a lot, right? And it will take time, but I can do it, and so can you, right? And when we get tired of that version of ourselves that we know that we're not supposed to do, let's stop plummeting. Don't plummet, y'all. Let's pivot, okay? Sarah also, she mentioned in the interview where she was speaking about a lot of times when people come up to her and say, well, I'm in this relationship, you know what I mean? I don't think like this is serving me no more, like, what do you think I should do? And she would say, well, I think you know the answer to that. Like, you know what you should do, but you're looking for me for confirmation. I think a lot of times too, what we do is we know that a certain area of our life we're done with. It's over with. It's done. Finito, bye-bye, hasta la vista, baby, arrivederci, okay? It's gone, right? But then we start to, like, we want to hold on to it for comfortability, for conveniency, for, to not, get out of that space. Again, comfort, right? But we know the answer. I know the answer. I know the answer. I know my answer. I know. It got to go. We got to let it go. We got to say bye-bye to it, right? And it's like I said, a lot of times we ask these questions for validation. We ask these questions for confirmation, but we know that answer, all right? And the answer, y'all, for me is, y'all, I'm transforming, honey. It is what it is. You're going to see me in different ways. The people that come on my page and watch me from my city, and both of them, or just to be spectators, you want to see a different version. You're going to continue to see a different version, and it is what it is, okay? Like it or love it, baby. But she is here to stay, okay? So you guys, I just want to really, again, close that conversation off, y'all. But y'all, let's stop marinating, y'all. Let's go ahead and do it. Like, we're not where we used to be, okay? We're not. You know what I mean? God has something else over your life, and you know it. Let's just accept it. We're going to do better by accepting it. Ain't no point in, playing these games. Sidebar, y'all, my hands low-key hurt so bad. I had chest and core yesterday. I don't never work chest because I personally feel like chest is really like a man's workout. Like, a tune is good, but a chest is different. And my trainer worked me on chest yesterday, and now I know why y'all be walking around with your hands like this. It's not even because y'all really even just that bold. It's because y'all sore. Because I'm so sore. I like, even the touch of it, y'all, is like, it hurts so bad. I get it now. Okay, I can't even, ain't no point. I'm trying to like push myself back in the chair, but I can't use my hands like that. So I'm so sore, okay? I know that was off track, but whatever. All right, you guys, let's just go ahead, you guys, and get into the W-A-Y-D-T-A, W-A-Y-T-A, W-A-Y-D-T-A, W-A-Y-T-A, W-A-Y-D-T-A, W-A-Y-T-A, W-A-Y-D-T-A, W-A-Y-T-A. What is the W-A-Y-D-T-A for the boys and girls that have not been here, honey? It is the what are you done thinking about? What are you done thinking about? WAYTAs, what are you thinking about? What am I done thinking about, y'all? Of course, what am I done thinking about is marinating for too long. That's it. That's all. That's what I am done thinking about. I'm done thinking about marinating for too long. I truly do not care about others' opinion and a version of me that they knew. Okay? Knew, not know. Past tense. That just keeps me in a box that I have outgrown. Me gone. Me out of there. Me can't come back. I can't come back. Wanna hear me? I don't know. I done. Yeah, man. And then, what are you thinking about? What am I thinking about, you guys? Is making this thing a business. That's the goal, okay? Let me tell y'all real quick. Speaking about business, and this is how y'all know, y'all, the enemy be on you sometimes, and you gotta realize too, when it comes down to the enemy, a lot of times, what I'll do is when something's not working out, and when I already had a conviction, I know what it's supposed to be, I'm motivated, and then something happened, I'm like, okay, maybe it's not supposed to happen. Girl, that's the enemy, girl. You think, let me tell you something. I've also learned that a lot of times we know God power, and that's what we focus on, right? But we also have to remember that the enemy has power too. Once you do that and you're aware of that he have enemy too, now you're able to, decipher. Because again, God is not the author of confusion. He tried to confuse me today. He tried to confuse me because let me tell y'all, I know if y'all look at my other videos, my lighting is not the best. This light on this side, y'all, is giving the sun, like outside sun. And the only reason why I'm not sweating, y'all, is because it's the grace of God. Because this light right here, and let me tell y'all, let's really get into it. I don't know. We're going to talk about it in the next conversation. I don't know. In time, we're going to talk about a family burdens sometimes. And we're going to talk about it. But this light was I had this light for years. And it was going so good. Somebody broke my light. They came in my house. They broke my light. They broke my light. They broke my light. Not the light, but the stick of it all. That's not the right word. Why am I doing my hands like what holds it up? Yeah, broke it. Okay, the grace of God Himself is sitting on my right. Ain't that's the fact that it's on my right is right. And then the light that it's actually where you guys are at, right behind that. It took me forever and a day to get the light on. Let me show you how much different power boxes, y'all, that I have to use to try to get it to work, okay? I have another one down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 2 of them on this power cord here, okay? In total, 10 power cords. Okay, I've been sitting here, y'all. It's literally 1 o'clock. Oh my God. Is it 1 o'clock? It's 1 o'clock. I've been sitting here, y'all, for literally hours trying to get this thing to work. Not hours, but I'm being exaggerating. But an hour, at least an hour tops. Seriously. I was ready from like 10 o'clock. Out here by 10 o'clock. 10:30. But y'all, we got it done, okay? The goal was to get it done, and we got it done, okay? So yes, like I said, y'all, the goal is to what am I thinking about? It's making this bad boy business, right? Getting back on track, and in my entrepreneurship bag, okay? She's back into the bag. She's into the bag. This is a business. We're going to get into it, okay? And that's just what it is. This is a great way to reset for the rest of the year. We have marked our 6 months. Half of the year is already done. Y'all, the year is going by. 2024 say, baby, look. Honey, 2024 say, baby, look. The way Cat then came and opened this thing up, it's time to close it. Okay? He didn't open it. It's time to close it. I don't have time for it. This is ghetto. Y'all are ghetto. I don't like it here. Okay? So, y'all, let's go ahead, you guys, and reset, okay? For those of you that, like I said, who marinates for too long in the head, y'all have things that y'all want to do. Y'all feel like your calling is whatever it may be. You changing your relationship with God, your business ideas, your relationships, right? Whatever it may be, y'all, this is the time to do it, okay? We still got time, baby. We still got time, baby. Yeah. So you guys, let's go ahead and get into the beat of the week, okay? The beat of the week. What's the beat of the week? Okay, so let me tell you something. I'm in the gym. Typically, I told you I've been on my Afrobeat. I'm still on my Afrobeat. You know, I took a little left turn, but you know, I always swoop back. You know, it's in me. Okay, it's not on me. Know that. But today, y'all know it's summertime, right? So summertime, y'all know we got a bunch of carnival. Some people say carnival, we say carnival. Carnival. You know, carnival. Carnival. Child carnival. It's carnival. Some people, again, say how you say it in your country. You say carnival. You want a carnival? You want a carnival? You got your what you wearing? What color you wearing? Oh, okay. What team you on? What group you in? Oh, girl. You better be coming to looking bad, cause look, be coming with the 1-2, girl. 1-2 and chicken stew. Oh, so Carnival is definitely. I still say Carnival. Whatever, girl. Carnival. I actually like Carnival. We just say Carnival, but Carnival is, you know, is in effect all throughout the world. So, y'all know we got the colors. You know, the themes. The wind up on the guy. Wind up. Wind up and walk. It's roll time. Okay? So what is my beat of the week? My beat of the week, y'all, is definitely we going back to the island soca music. Okay? Definitely in Trinidad. That's straw. Okay? It's an old song, y'all. Apparently it's old. Okay, it's fine. It is old. Okay? But it's older. It's not old, it's just older. But I'm a 90s baby, okay? And I like the soca music. I just like, my favorite soca music is the 90s and early 2000s. Let me live my life, okay? They are definitely they are legendary, okay? It's just they would not go down. It's going to go down in history. Not go down. It's definitely going to go down in history. Okay. So Destra, Carnival in D&D is so special to all of we. 19 and in the air. It's Carnival again. It's jump up in the air, so everybody take a jump fun now. Got to wave fun down. Got to wind up on, because it's carnival. So get your rides, honey. It's carnival time. I'm actually thinking about going to Carnival this year. We're gonna see. I have not. It's just the sun, y'all. I don't know. I said I'm thinking about it. I'm probably not gonna go. Because the minute I think about the sun, the answer is no. But I would definitely be watching on Instagram. If they do a Carnival inside, we're definitely gonna do it. I can't do Carnival outside. And if I do it, I would probably be out there for 30 minutes and I'm done. So it'd be a waste of costume, a waste of, you know, me getting everything together. It might not be. I swear, if I go, I promise y'all, I'm not even kidding. The longest I'm gonna be out there is 45 minutes. Then I'm going back to my hotel. Period. I'ma just come, show out, you know, cause your girl, listen, told y'all God still working on me, because the dancing, oh baby, she gets down. Y'all better ask about me. My island music, girl, I is tear up. Girl. Tear up. But I love you guys so much. I always get the Lulu, y'all, at the end of the episode. So I love you guys so much. You guys, I really, really, truly, again, appreciate you guys. Like I said, y'all, do not give up on your girl, okay? Don't give up on her. Come on, bring some people in. People that have the same mindset, you know, maybe somebody that wants to hear it. Might not necessarily be you, but it might reach out to somebody else, or, you know, stand out to somebody else, you know. So share it, y'all. Okay, share it. Okay, let's go ahead and continuously build our community. I love you guys so much. Don't you forget, honey, to tell a sister, cousin, brother, uncle, niece, great. Don't forget to tell the son. Matter of fact, tell the father. Like I said, tell the father to turn this son down. Okay. This is the Think About a Podcast. Woke your girl Niecy. We is out. See you next week. I promise. Bye-bye.
Be mumu, you fi taking me do anything you choose. Anything if you go blow me kiss.